Okay. Hello, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Look who I have. Is it this way? There we go. I have Carlos. We've got several people who are super excited to hear from this man. And I've got a boy this time. Episode number 13, Shift Happens with Holly O'Brien. And my special guest, Carlos. So a lot of times I'll go this way and I'll realize it's the opposite direction. So it's this way.
Yes.
So as people are tuning in, let me know where you're tuning in from, if you're tuning in live or if you're watching the replays. I know it's Wednesday morning for a lot of you guys, and it's coming into like Wednesday afternoon for me. And a lot of people watch the replay. So definitely let me know where you're tuning in from, what your name is. If you don't have StreamYard, I can't see your name. So it just says user. So what your name is, where you're tuning in from, your social security number, what your birthday is. No, I'm kidding, don't say that. I'm just kidding. Let me know if you're watching the live and watching the replay. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I like to keep this about 20 minutes because I know none of us have great attention spans. So if you're watching the replay, it's like, Holly, zip it. 20 minutes long. So this is episode 13 of Shift Happens. And Shift Happens is about, it's what I interview people and we talk about the shifts that have happened in people's lives. So when shift happens, are you shifting in the right direction? Or are you shifting in the wrong direction? We all have been there, done that with the right direction and the wrong direction. So what I like to do is interview people that I work with. So Wednesdays is about where I'm helping launch a women's brand. And I've got a boy with me to share why he's so excited about helping launch a women's brand, because we are here for a big mission and we're going to change the world. And we're not just going to do it with clothing, but we're going to do it with community. So my episode this week is about finding somewhere I belong and being accepted for me, even when you don't always quite fit in, right?
Exactly.
But you do fit in when you're with the right people. So hello, Kathleen. Thanks for tuning in. I love the Savvy Apparel. Yay, Facebook users. I love Savvy. Susie Newsom, I was just saying you're one of my biggest fans. I love you. Good morning. Thank you for tuning in from Virginia. Carlos, I know. I'm so excited. I got Carlos on. So we'll go ahead and get started. Carlos, can you just introduce yourself and just say a little bit about you so people know exactly who the heck you are?
Well, good morning, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks, Holly, for having me here. I'm so excited. I'm kind of nervous, but because I'm used to having been on the other side instead of this one. So
right. So Carlos does have a show. Is it on Instagram?
Yes.
That you do weekly. We're interviewing people. That's actually how I got this idea. Several brand partners were interviewing people. I'm like, oh, I want to interview people.
So yeah, Spanish born and raised from the Canary Islands in Spain. Dad of two, married to an amazing woman. We're both teachers, so we came from Spain 2 years ago here to Utah, to Salt Lake City to teach. And yeah, we find out that there are more things other than teaching that are our 9 to 5 traditional job. We're loving it, and we're just working hard to get that going and see where that takes us. So
see where that takes us. I love that. Guys, did you guys hear that? See where that takes us. So I feel like there's a couple different types of people in the world. There's people that have everything planned out, and when ish, I won't cuss, when ish hits the fan, they're like, oh no, what shift just happened? What am I going to do? And then they freeze and freak out, right?
yeah.
Because they're not used to things changing. The only constant in life, guys, is change. So I tell my kids this. I say, hey, figure out how to change now, because it'll be a whole heck of a lot easier when you get older. You went through a massive change. Okay, the other type of person are people like me that are like, okay, let's just go with the flow. Okay, and then there's, I don't know, maybe people in between. So maybe three types of people. So what are you? Are you someone?
I think I'm the kind of person that will go with the flow, like you just said. So I'm easy to. I'm very adaptable. So if I'm over here, I'm very adaptable to what this kind of life is. Being new to this country. So I studied my college. I'm from Spain, but I did my college in England for 3 years. So that was my first experience of being away from home, adapting to a new style, new culture, new weather, everything. So I'm a good person that adapts and likes that changes all the time. But then at the same time, I'm someone that likes to be stabilized, likes to be doing the the right thing at the right moment. But then, for example, my wife is just the opposite. So she
Oh,
was like, oh, I want to do this, or I want to do that, and I just get to the point where I just say, let's do it then. I'm not gonna wait any more time. Let's do it. Let's start it. Let's risk it. I'm not that kind of person that overthinks things
mm,
too much. So I'm
wow.
just yeah, let's do it. I don't care the risks. I don't care what this. We'll figure it out. Let's see how it goes. So
Is
I'm
it
that
funny
kind of.
how like you guys are married and you probably make
Yes,
a good
yes.
match, right?
She's the fire match. I'm the calm guy.
Oh.
I'm the extrovert. She's the introvert. So we're just both really work really hard.
My
Yeah.
husband would say I'm fiery, but I disagree. I think I'm pretty calm. I don't know. I guess it depends on the mood. I love that. So you're adaptable. You're adaptable personality, guys. The people that are tuning in, I'm curious. We want to know: are you someone who's adaptable? Are you someone that kind of resists change? Doesn't mean you're bad. Doesn't mean you're good. There's no right
No.
or wrong. Everyone's a little bit different, and sometimes people are a little bit in between. So it's interesting. You're adaptable, but you like to be stabilized. I feel like a lot of us are like that. I think it's human nature to want to feel safe, right? To feel comfortable and feel safe. So I think that's pretty common here. See, you'll find people that are hopping on will say the same thing. Yep, I know Cece's go with the flow. So
Yeah.
you
I
have
have
to
we
be.
have a lot of friends, for example, here in Salt Lake, which are teachers that we have. So here it's our teaching job came through a program that is in Spain that brings teachers
Oh,
from Spain to over here to teach the dual immersion program, to teach Spanish. So a lot of teachers from Spain come, and they don't last more than a year, 2 years. Why? Because they don't adapt
really?
this life, this country, this culture, this way education system. They think, oh, some of them think that we need to bring our stuff over here to change this, and that's not going to happen.
Wow.
We need to try and get, and that's why a lot of people struggle, because they don't adapt to what they're having, what they're the new things that you're going to view over here in a new country, in a new culture, in a new education system. So I think it's very important for people to know how to adapt. I'm not sure if you have the same phrase here in Rome: "Do what Romans do." So it's
Yeah.
just like,
When in Rome.
when in Rome,
When in
yeah. So it's like you need to try and do that. If not, you're
But
going to struggle, or you're going to feel that you're not going to be outside your comfort zone, and you're going to struggle, and that's going to be, oh, it's a horrible experience. I'm going back home. I'm going back to Spain, to where I'm comfortable with
right.
all my things, and you're going to struggle. So
Well, one of the things that we do here is we help people with tips and tricks on how to get there. So I'm actually going to start with that question is what is a simple trick or a tip that you can share with people who are in that phase where they're saying, I can't adapt. I don't know how. Just off the top of your head, like what's something that you do maybe differently?
um, I think finding people that are from that area. For example, we come from Spain. Um, we know a lot of people from Spain that are here. So you tend to go with the same kind of people that you used to be, like with the same Spanish culture, that we get together and we do the Spanish dinners and we do the Spanish whatever. And we are trying as well. And Savvy has helped me with this quite a lot, to find people, find friends, find connections, find amazing human beings that are not what you're used to be. So my biggest tip is try and find out people that are from here, uh, that speak the language, because a lot of people come from Spain that they know English, but they're trying to learn. So you're not going to learn English if you stick with your Spanish speaking friends. So try and adapt, try and be with new friends, try and find new friends that are from here, so that you understand the culture, their behavior, their personality. There's a way different personality from an American person than a Spanish or Latin person. So you need to
Right.
learn, you need to adapt on that area as well. So I think that's one of the biggest tips. Try and get into society, into the culture with the right people.
That is such good advice. I took a lot of notes, guys. Are you guys listening? This is great advice. You're very wise. I like that. So it's interesting. So either come here and never change and don't, maybe find the people you've always fit in with and never grow, or find your tribe, find
Yeah,
people you find maybe a little bit different and learn something new and grow a little bit there. Wow.
exactly.
I love that. That's really good advice. And that actually leads to the next question. So for those who don't know, Carlos is part of launching a women's brand, predominantly women's brand. We've got some men's items, but helping us launch a brand that their whole purpose and their significance in this world is helping people feel loved, feel beautiful, feel accepted for who they are, and build that tribe so people can heal, grow, and pay it forward, right?
Yeah.
So it's like you ended up jumping into a women's brand. And there's not a whole lot of men here, but you're like, I fit in here. This is
Yeah.
for me. I fit in here. This is beautiful. And I want to be a part of this. Tell me a little bit more about that.
So I started, if I'm going to be 100% honest, I started here in Savvy thinking, trying to find a way to give me that financial freedom that nearly everyone is looking for. Okay. What did I find when I joined Savvy? I found an amazing group of women that are not competing with each other, that are a group that help each other no matter what your goal is. If your goal is just to get couple bucks a month, great, we'll help you do that. If your goal is to become a millionaire, then we'll help you do that. It doesn't really matter. And I found the love, the care that comes from the top. And that's the important part. When I met Jen and Ken, I met them in HQ first, but then in the gather the other day was just mind blowing because I felt in person what I've been feeling virtually during these months, and that was so important. When I got there, first thing when I opened the door, and I think I've got a reel about it, is just Jen just running to me and just give me a hug. So, and that's a founder of our company. Do you know what I mean? And it's that love, that community, that welcoming that I felt when I started. And as you say, I'm a man here, and there's a lot of women. And I'm still feeling that love. I'm still feeling that being welcomed by every single person. Because I remember talking to Courtney Nine. I remember talking to you. I remember talking to Jackie. I remember talking to Amy White and Lauren Santigate, which are like top leaders in the company that all were trying to fit me in and trying to make me feel good and make me feel you're part of this as well, no matter your gender, no matter anything. So that's what I found, and that's what gets me going here. And that's why I think I've heard it a couple of times. We get in here for the money and we stay for the community.
Yes.
It really is true, because you find some amazing women with so many stories behind them, how they fight, how they've worked, how they've done their life, and trying to be a better person. And that's what we do here as well. So it's just amazing.
That's really beautiful, because that's really what we want to do here. And the people that come in that don't fit in, they don't stay, and that's okay. We're not for everybody, but we are for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I feel like we're for the people that feel like they've never fit in anywhere else. You're going to fit in here. And how many times do you see this many women that obviously we're humans do human things. I'm not perfect. We've all done crazy things and maybe things that hurt each other's feelings, but we're in such a safe place where I feel like we're just a safe place for people to say, I'm human. I'm going to do human things, and you're going to love me because I'm human.
Yeah. It's kind of like you said, I've been a teacher for 10 plus years, and the teaching world is also more predominant with women than men. Okay, especially in elementary, at least in Spain, especially in elementary stations and schools, there are more women than men. But I have to say, if the more women there are, the more chit chat, the more, the more. I'm not going to say the B word, but the more.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, we're allowed to be real here, right, guys? Are we allowed to be real? The people that are watching, we can be real, right?
the more
We know how
bitchy they are. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things that I've not even seen or felt here at all.
Unless it's that time of the month. Don't mess with that. I'm kidding. I'm not kidding, but I'm kidding.
So it's, and when I started, I was speaking to those leaders that I named before, and some others, obviously, and I just didn't have a clue what team is which, who is with what, because we are a huge group, a huge family that helps each other, no matter who you are, what's your background, what your aim is. It doesn't matter. We're here to help each other and love each other, and that's one of the most surprisingly things that I've seen over here in Savvy.
I love that. It's beautiful. My teeth hurt from, not my teeth, my, what is it called? Cheeks. My cheeks hurt from smiling, because it's really, when I was approached to help launch this brand, I said, no, I'm like, I'm not a fashion, I'm a makeup artist. I wear black. And the woman, Christy, who introduced me to this, told me about, no, we're going to change the world, and we're going to do it through leggings. And this is how we get to be light in our community in very dark places. And we get to do that through the thing of making people feel beautiful and feel wanted and feel worthy. And I'm like, I'm in, whatever we're selling, I'm in. Because it's not what we're selling. It's not that we're a clothing brand. It's we're a group of people who really care about one another, and we need each other, and you need a tribe. So if you're watching this, you're on Carlos's page, this way. If you're on Carlos's page, or if you're on mine, or you're in our private group, you're going, who are these two people and what are they talking about? Definitely let us know, lean in, ask questions. We're an open book. We really are just getting started on a really massive movement to help people feel worthy.
Yeah.
And what the cool thing about you, Carlos, and one of the things, like when I first met you, I'm like, oh my gosh, you have such a unique opportunity. And I say this all the time. Each person here has a unique opportunity to impact someone else's life that I'll never have a chance to do. And you will. And you're out there doing that. You've beat the odds. This is a tough industry, especially when people have the wrong idea of what this industry is. And I feel like we get to change that, and just really show, like, guys, we're here to love, and we get to do it through a fun vehicle of fashion.
Yeah, totally agree. And each person has got their own story, or what their need, their why, what we call about their why. Yeah. Each person is completely different. My why is to get freedom in all aspects: financial freedom, time freedom, geographical freedom, be able to go on a vacation whenever I want, not having to ask days off in school because I want to go and see my daughters play in her school. That type of freedom is the one that I want. Not checking my bank account every 10 days, every 15 days to see if I've got my salary, because I'm struggling and going from paycheck to paycheck. That's a freedom that I want. But maybe for someone else, their freedom is getting $200 for groceries. Yeah. Or getting $300, $500 to pay for a vacation because the kids want to go to Disney, whatever. So the why and it's so good about this industry that you can have a lot of different aims and goals and still be having fun, because I'm having fun. That's the main thing. I love social media. I love doing reels. I love making. So I've always said my purpose in life, and I struggled. I've always thought about it, but I struggled knowing this is my purpose in life. Oh, wow. When you feel that moment that you, for example, people are just like, I'm here to help others, or I'm here, my purpose in life is to love, I don't know, whatever your purpose is. My purpose in life, and where I feel more comfortable, is making people laugh. So that's my purpose.
Well, you do. If you guys aren't following him, he's really funny.
So that's my purpose. And I always tell my wife, my best feeling for me is seeing my wife laugh. Yeah. for whatever reason. It doesn't have to be whatever because of me, because something I said or whatever, but seeing her happy, seeing her laugh is what makes me happy.
Everyone on here is like, yes, I love it.
I'm not seeing the comments, so
oh, you can't see. Oh, I don't think you can see the comments. I'm sorry. So on my screen,
the comments. I'll trust you.
Afterwards, you have to go back.
That's my purpose in life: making people happy. And this industry is one of the vehicles where I can help people and make people happy and have fun at the same time.
Help people, make people happy, have fun.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, that sounds pretty amazing. Who here, put in the chat if you like to laugh, because laughter can absolutely heal the soul.
Totally.
Heal the soul. And I love that about you, because when you laugh, it's a dopamine rush. Everyone around you starts laughing. It's something that can absolutely spread and heal the soul. So I love that's part of your purpose. And you're a teacher, so you're a giver. Teachers, they are just such different beings. I just think they're angels from heaven. I'm like, I don't know how teachers do it, because it's a beautiful industry and it's a really hard industry. And right?
I think that's why I'm a PE teacher. And that's why I chose PE, or that's why I love PE, because I love seeing people having fun. So it's not the same, all my respect, it's not the same teaching multiplication in a maths class than teaching PE.
Are you blue? Do you know what the different color codes are? What your color is?
Yeah.
Are you blue?
I don't know.
I'm gonna have to send you the test. You're probably a blue. Blue is how I like to have fun.
Yeah, so that's why I chose my path in physical education, because I want to see people having fun, kids playing around, learning whilst having fun, and being great and socializing with others, playing with others, learning what being a team person is, and those kind of things. So I think it's just in me, the way that I just want to see people happy, and I've not always done that.
Well, what shift? So we talked earlier about the shift you made. You made a massive shift coming here to the States.
Yeah.
You made a massive shift starting to help launch this women's brand. And that shifted you feeling like you were part of the tribe, right? So what other shift do you feel like you had since you've been here?
I'm going to go down the personal side then.
Ooh, okay, let's get personal. Throw your sleeves up.
One of the main reasons why we decided to come to the States was because our marriage was not in the same in a good place. Yeah, we were signing divorce papers before we came here, just after the pandemics, and I'm sure we're not the only couple that had that feeling. But it was the biggest shift in my life, is knowing what do I need to do now to, one, save my marriage, save my family, because I don't want to miss my kids, have 1 week yes, 1 week no. And that personal development of myself was the biggest shift that I've done in my life. What do I need to change in me to be able to make other people happy? Because I was not making my wife happy. I was not making my kids happy. I was never at home. My wife didn't have any hobbies or anything to do. She was the one with the kids all the time. She was the one responsible of the house or whatever. And you see me now here in my social media. I'm the cook. I'm the
I had no idea.
So that biggest shift was when we decided, let's give us another chance. Let's give us another opportunity. So finding your own development, personal shift. I was very, how do you say it?
Stubborn.
No, selfish. I was very selfish before. I put me before anyone else. I would put my hobbies before everyone else. I would put my job before everything else. And I had to change that, because if not, I was going to end up alone. So my biggest shift, and that was the reason why we came here. Hey, we need a new life. We need a new opportunity. We need a new thing. Let's do this. And we decided to go for this program, go to something new, find a new life, get away from that old style that was digging us in a dark hole. So make the shift. Don't get scared of making the shift, of making changes, not only in the environment like we did, but also in yourself, and find that personal development, find that personal mindset, find that peace, inner peace. I didn't have any inner peace when when back then. I was always struggling. Oh, what if my wife sees this? What if my wife notices this? What that was eating me inside. And finding that inner peace, that wow, let's start over, let's do this, and finding that, I don't know how to describe it. It's just like the peace that you find inside. And I found it because I shift on my behaviors, my mentality, my personal development. And it's not a thing of, I can't do anything for me now, I need to do everything for them. No, it's not that. I still go to the gym every single day because that's my time. I still go and play soccer a few times a week because that's my time. That's what makes me happy. That's what makes me have my time moment. But I know I need to have that time with my wife as well, that I didn't have before. And I need to have my time with my kids, by separate, with my daughter, daddy-daughter time, daddy-son time. Like, I did a reel yesterday about my freedom. What am I looking for? That I did that reel in 5 minutes because I was in the pool with my son having daddy-son time. Because my daughter didn't want to go to the pool, so we went there. And having that time with them individually, having that time with my wife individually, and having that time for me individually with me, that's what brings all my inner peace inside. And knowing that I'm doing that makes people happy.
Well,
I've never seen my wife as happy as she has been
yay!
these last 2 years. So that's my whole purpose. So why would I change?
Interesting. Like, I'm here. It's interesting how when you make things not about you, then it does become about you, because you become happier, become more whole. That anxiety you're feeling is knowing that there's something you should be doing and you're not doing it. And sometimes you don't know how to get out of it. So if you guys can relate to this, please go back. If you're just tuning in, go back and listen to what Carlos just talked about, because that could very well completely change your entire future and generations to come. So Carlos, you not only changed your future, you're sharing it with other people that could change their future, but you changed the generation of your family.
Yeah.
So you could have gone, you could have shifted in the wrong direction and been separated, and you lost everything because you were focusing on the one thing that was going to destroy it all, which is yourself, right? But instead, you said, this is going to be scary. Holy heck, I'm going to go out and do it. And we're going to make this change as a family. And it not only brought you together, it brought you guys closer. You understand what it feels like to give. Now you're helping an entire tribe. Like, guys, look at the change that you can have in your life by shifting.
And don't get scared of making that shift or taking that, whatever you've got inside, take it out. One of my best advices that we went through how do you call it?
Marriage counseling.
Marriage counseling together.
Big fan of marriage counseling.
I'm a huge fan of that now. I'm a huge fan because and it's easy things like communication. Our basic problem was communication. I didn't say things. Excuse me. I didn't say things, or I didn't explain what I was doing. Why I was doing. She didn't communicate with me how she was feeling. Why was she feeling this way? What was I doing wrong? So that communication was the thing that was not letting us grow.
Yeah.
So don't get scared. Don't get scared to shift, to change. Don't get scared to get things out, to communicate, to show yourself, to share how do you feel, especially with the person that you're sharing your life with.
Yeah.
Because it's you're not two individuals that are going in separate ways. You're together. you're together going in the same journey, and then you've got two little followers behind.
Yeah.
That are always looking at what you're doing, how you're doing things. So you need to show an example for them, and being able to take care of yourself is an example for them to know that they need to take care of themselves when they're older. Being able to walk together as a family. So we've one of the things that we've had, and I'm going down the route of parenting now, but it's just like we can show my kids different. So no, for example, I don't know. Oh, if mommy says no, then come here. I'll give it to you.
Yeah.
No, we need to stick together in everything. Even if I don't agree of what she's doing or what she's saying, I can talk to her later. I can communicate with her saying, hey, why did you do this? Don't you think it's better to do it this way or whatever? But I'm never gonna speak against what my wife says or what their mother is gonna say. And I think that's very key on the communication part, being together and going together in the same journey.
Being a team, it really makes such a difference. That's
exactly.
The thing with like just relationships and friendships and parenting. And, you know, I'm a huge fan. My husband and I went through marriage counseling as well, and I'm a huge fan. We usually do something once a year. So, but yeah, if we're digressing, guys, if you're tuning in, please go back and listen, because this was really, really good stuff, not only for relationships, but changing. If you're scared, just do it anyway. Yeah. Right? Fear isn't real. It's made up in our head. A couple episodes ago with Kim Challen, I have to look at the episode, but we talked about fear. So this is episode 13. We've had a lot of different great episodes. So if it's the first time you're tuning in, make sure you go back and watch some of the previous episodes, because we talk about life, value, how you can just be a part of something amazing. And I want to say, before we go, I want to say one thing I wrote down. What I want everyone to ask themselves this, okay? Ask yourself this. What do I need to change in me to make the change?
Yeah.
Right? Start with you. Stop pointing fingers, because we all do that. What do I need to change in me to make the change around me? So
yeah, because we tend to look at others.
Yeah.
Like we know that we're not doing the good things or how we can change it, but we don't actually take action. We're just hoping others to take action first.
No, it starts with you.
Exactly. So don't wait for others to take action and see if that works for you, so that you don't have to change. So let's see how that goes. No, you need to take action. You need to know what you need to change, what shift you need to do. And then the other person needs to do it as well. So it's a both ways things. And that's what we've done in our marriage. And thank God, it's just been amazing from them.
I love that. I'm so happy for you guys. I didn't realize that. And that's even more powerful than finding somewhere you belong, because you fixed your family. You know, I'm not saying that things are not going to be hard later, but anyone who's watching this, I encourage you to take some of those steps. And Edgar Emerson, he says, when someone says, yeah, but it's not fair, I don't want to have to go first. Who goes first? Who says sorry first? Who takes the first step? And his advice is the more mature one. So you be the more mature one, right? So thank you guys. It is Wednesday, episode 13, Shift Happens. Carlos is my special guest. Look this way. And make sure to follow him on social media. Go ahead, and you're just tuning in, go ahead and watch the replay. You've got some really valuable stuff here. And I always want to leave you guys with one thing. Just remember, today is the day that you can make shift happen. So go out in the world, make shift happen. Thank you, Carlos. We will see you again. Guys, thank you for watching. Say goodbye. Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you, guys.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
Holly.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks you for having me.